Alrighty, here we go. Back on support once again. It's going to be CELEBe Last Legends here on Blacklist side.
Oftentimes Shady is on that AWM, but on this map, as mentioned many times before from Blacklist, we do see lots of 5 riflemen pushing.
And as you already pointed out, Chiklev, both these two teams very happy to play it slow. Not really feeling too much pressure. Oh, Rambo.
He's doing Rambo things.
You just never really expect it. He's got a flash grenade in his hand. Like, the least expected thing, I guess, is Rambo comes in and gets 2. He's low on health, but he already did his job by far. They're going to get this plant down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Rambo coming out so strong, and now the rest of his team can just easily take control of that site. No problem whatsoever. Plant that, and there we go again. You just mentioned it, Booker, king of headshots, finds another one, finds one more. But 3 people, I don't know if he can keep finding those consistently. Doesn't really have the time. I say that. That's 3 in a row still. 15 seconds left on the clock. Booker, unfortunately for him, not quite enough. Hurry will be able to pick him up. Made it a lot tenser than I thought that round was going to be.
Oh, basically 1v5.
Yeah.
Could not have delivered anymore. 1v5 save would be amazing. Basically the highlight of the entire tournament. But still 3 headshot was a good start for Booker.
Yeah, it's okay. Not bad.
Yeah, pretty good. And,
good start.
And again, Rambo just snuck in there.
Yeah. That was one of the sneakiest plays I've ever seen.
In the first round, that doesn't really happen. I think it just comes from the studies they've done from the last previous games of TeamMyth, that they like to open up towards the bridge side, so they smoked it up so they can't see Rambo go into that A. Worked once. I think that's just a cheese strategy.
He should try it again.
Under the cover of
anytime.
Rambo goes in.
That's what we
Man
gotta
alone.
See. Or maybe it's Lucas.
Could be.
He's here. Hurry's just going to shoot him through the smoke. That's really nice. It's the headshot, too. As some grenades do come out. And CELEBe just kind of making quick work so far. I say quick. It's more like calculated. It's kind of sneaky. As, okay, JWoww maybe expecting him behind the box. But Shady waiting for his moment, and he picks off the head of JWoww.
Even if you look down there, you don't get your ID tagged. So was waiting for the perfect time. Could not really flick that angle into a headshot. And it is only Booker at B site with 2 men down.
It goes down
for the back box.
Not hitting anyone now. Horror's also joining. But it's just Shady. That's the one tap. And he's not going to be able to find Booker, but that doesn't matter. He traded 1 for 1, bought so much space for the rest of his team. And now, easy walk in here for CELEBe to go for yet another plant here on A.
Yeah, pretty free plants, and TeamMyth don't really have map control right now. I mean, everybody was heading over towards B, and they were out of position because of the way this map is played out. And that's going to be Hurry landing the long-range shot. 2-0 here for CELEBe. And they look like the clear favorites after these first couple of rounds.
Just like yesterday, their strategy and the man distribution is somewhat flashy. They don't just fully go in with 5 men. They spread out, have a fake person towards the other side, and 4-man push immediately after, or flashing out, sneaking one in. So these type of different strategies are really getting TeamMyth in a trap right now. So that's why TeamMyth is going to pressure out to B entrance, which is a place where where one of the member got some cookies in. They were able to taste the sweetness in the B entrance right there.
I'm just curious now what your favorite cookie is, Chiklev. You have a strong preference? Homemade chocolate chips?
Anything Oreo.
Anything
Okay.
that's anything that's cookie-y.
That's good. I have a lot of favorite cookies. Hold that thought, because Horace is going to get one. Hater picks him off as well. It's a 1-for-1 trade on the bridge. We've kind of been chilling here in the middle of the map, not doing much, which is kind of why we started talking about cookies. I personally don't like sand cookies, but other than that, I'm pretty good. None of the hard cookies. The soft ones are better.
Chewy, yeah.
Yeah,
I
the chewy
respect
ones.
that.
Here we go. They're gonna make their
again.
way. Yeah.
Take the shots, another card. Answers in kind, as Rambo will go down here, but again, it's mainly been a distraction. This time, though, it's 4 against 3. And while TeamMyth are going to have to get onto this site, they will have opportunity for extra flank angles. Look at JWoww coming in there. Not sure if it's going to be enough, though. Hasn't been spotted yet. Makes his way onto the side. And it is a very, very clean setup. Only Hater with limited health. Not going to be able to do anything. And that's going to be the first round here for TeamMyth.
A great retake there, as JWoww was swift enough to get into the B entrance at the same time. Was ready to jump onto the side from B entrance, and at that moment, CELEBe, I think all they were looking into was the passage towards the GR base. So great retake for TeamMyth to get their first round of the match.
That's pretty good stuff. I think that CELEBe, their plays have been cute and very tricky. A lot of distractions. A bunch of other teams, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you get your flashes down, you get your smoke angles, and you kind of attack one area. Maybe you're looking to poke in first, and then you make a push. But CELEBe, a lot of it has been, okay, one guy's going to go this way. He's going to distract. Maybe he gets behind enemy lines, or maybe he distracts, and the rest of the team goes in the opposite direction. It's a pretty interesting play style. And TeamMyth, that time, they were able to win a couple of the firefights and not get caught too off guard by it. So let's see how CELEBe decide to attack this one, as generally they've been looking for pushes at around 1 minute on the clock.
Horace is at it again, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed, but he is once again at the ready with the shotgun, is waiting there, but no one actually making their way through sideways. So in that scenario, doesn't really provide as much value.
He was not changing position because he's not only boosted up because of those smokes towards A site, but the rotation already made. TeamMyth all the way in the 4-member heavy.
And they're going to win this fight. Lucas going to get a couple, make that 3 kills now under his belt. And Horace has been able to find an AK at least, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can retake this 1v3. He gets a couple of shots, but there isn't much hope. Even the smoke is down, and Lucas going to pick up his 4th kill on the round.
All 3 members jumping down towards that B site. Just not opening any options for TeamMyth to get that retake back, as it was indeed 3-1.
Fortunate scenario, and TeamMyth, Solomon and Blacklist repeatedly utilize a very slow, cold and calculated strategy, poking out left and right, really running out that clock as much as they can. But when faced with something remotely similar from CELEBe, they're not able to really match. And I feel like it's the trickiness that you pointed out, Veldes, where CELEBe are taking these weird angles. They're looking for these kind of cheesy plays, but they back it up with great shooting as well, as you can see there in the shootout in B. That in of itself enough to put them now to a 3-1 lead. And for CELEBe, again, they want to get the biggest lead they can possibly get. If they do get the win here, Horace, though, waiting, will be able to pick up the kill.
But this is the thing, when there's anyone at A long, you have to rely on your cover from your sniper, which is a Lucard this time. So better trade at the end of it. But CELEBe also has to remember that there was another sniper, and JY is also on that AWM. So held by 2, 1 at each site, around the B back alley, and also a Lucard switching position towards B, because this is what CELEBe did. They tried to attack onto a site and made the slow rotation towards the other site in the next 10 to 15 seconds.
Oh, here's Rambo again. Same spot on the bridge. It's a tricky one, you know, it's 3v4. I don't mind him going for something like this, and he has dropped down by now. And there's the flick. He gets a huge pick in mid. You can see Alucard's trying to follow it up, and re-get some kind of these kills, but now, you know, there's not a lot of information here for TeamMyth. The rotation is coming in. Hard. He is not going to get it. Lucas with the backup there to save Rambo's life.
Just up to Booker with 6-3. Pretty good KD, but against three-man force of CELEBe with C4 on A top. This is going to be a big challenge.
That was just Rambo sneaking in, picking off one, going back up, picking off another, and then also making his way out. Alucard goes for the chase. Gets blown up by the rest of CELEBe, and now the bomb planted again. Booker, yes, he's good. Opposition, that's one though.
Wow.
We've seen him do this again and again.
He doesn't know the position of Rambo, though, who just going to shoot him in the back. And, you know, whatever you got to do to make sure that you get the win. And now it's 4-1 for CELEBe. They were able to dispatch of Imperial 2-1 in maps, but this is looking like a very one-sided affair so far.
Of course, you expect the sniper to be near A and hold on to that as we have a big rush towards A. And after a few more flash and nades, they're actually backing up with a better trade. There's still plenty of time, over 2 minutes.
Unfortunate situation. TeamMyth trying to catch him off guard, and initially seems like it works. Catch one, throwing the nade. Or maybe not expect him to be that far forward, but then immediately answering with 2 kills of their own. And now CELEBe can go back, hang, and just observe as to what is doing. Rambo, he just can't get enough of this spot. Just loves it.
It's comfortable.
Oh!
I spoke too soon.
It was too comfortable, I guess.
Yeah.
But tell you what, it was a great idea to just jump through so that no one can actually get an easy shot on him.
He says, as the easy shot is found. You guys are both cursing these poor players as Alucard picks up Shady and trades all around. This time, though, Hader picks up the kill, able to back up his teammate. Now it's just Booker, and I feel like I keep saying this, and every time he gets at the very least 1 kill, really good in these one-on-one situations. CELEBe not pulling the trigger just yet. Might be looking towards a relatively late B push here.
Soon enough, we might see that Lucas versus Booker 1-1. Booker is thinking right now, okay, don't see him, 32 seconds left. They should be near A site. Well, nothing happening so far.
Yeah. If they're going to plant A, they got to be here right now. So Booker coming in gets a great angle.
1-1. Lucas versus Booker. The best rifles of each team.
He's coming down. Booker knows where he is, but he doesn't know where Booker is. And Lucas! In Booker versus Lucas, 2 of the strongest players on either of these respective teams. Lucas that comes out ahead with a pivotal round. CELEBe pulling even further ahead, 5-1 now. And we were expecting this, or maybe this is one of the matches today that can go all the way and go and take us into a third game, into longer matches. Well, thus far, any of it is happening.
Look at this. TeamMyth, they're not wasting any time anymore. They're getting a little bit frustrated. They're going to be even more frustrated now, though, because they just get zoomed down by Shady and Rambo. 2 kills apiece as they rush out of the B entrance. Alucard is going to be able to pick up a kill, but it's still 2-1.
And now that the information is given that he's in the tunnel in the passage, so CELEBe makes a sneak way into B site early enough. Still holding that AWM. Can switch later on, but he does rotate towards the GR base. So let's see if this save is doable. Lucas certainly a sniper that can have a 1v2.
That's not going to do it. Running in with the pistol, you got to do something as the sniper. No gun for him to pick up, and now it's 6-1. You know, if TeamMyth can turn this one around, I feel like this could have been a perfect opportunity for a tactical pause. Try to get 2 rounds and try to make it at least somewhat even here at the half, but they're just going to go with it, and they're going to continue getting a bit aggressive here on the B entrance. Just trying to really get in the face of CELEBe and not let them pull their shenanigans anymore.
And as we have seen from the previous round, from the GR side, you do have the push from into the B entrance, but not all the way out towards that BL base because there's a huge choke point and lots of base spots from the behind boxes. Was the reason why TeamMyth, even if they got the first kill down, when they were trying to push towards BL base, they just felt like dominoes right there.
Well, if it doesn't work on B side, just try it again on A side. This time they don't find anyone to take him down. Alucard goes for the shot, doesn't actually find anyone. The rotation now fully comes through. CELEBe making use of the space. Hater though. Looks like another Alucard. Booker gets zerked by 4 members of CELEBe. Gonna go for the quick plant here, 4 versus 4. Such an important game for TeamMyth. You can't give this one up if you want to retain a realistic chance of coming back in this game.
So far, okay, Horus finally showing up, but he's gonna get shot down immediately in the back by Rambo and Lucas as well. This is just so one-sided, 7-1. The pride of Vietnam coming up big here. As Penguin, he can hardly believe it, has a sheepish smile at this point in time. And that's pretty much all they've been able to do so far.
Sadly, the momentum is not being stopped by TeamMyth at all. Especially being thrown off by Rambo's position at that B entrance. Sniper is not supposed to be there, or should I say no sniper is actually there, sitting duck. So TeamMyth, they were surprised, very surprised for the fact that he was there with his teammate on the side. And I think these little things, especially the position of Rambo and how well Lucas is playing, opening up a lot of these angles. TeamMyth, they have so much more to cover every single time. Second thoughts of their own position. Even worse with Alucard going down. No more snipers on that team.
Rambo just the king of any bridge. Any elevated place he can find. Finds yet another, and it's looking like 8-1 here for CELEBe with the position they found themselves in. Booker needs to make a miracle work, and it is not happening. No miracles here today for TeamMyth as just gets blown up. Horus now alone, carrying the weight of his team on his shoulders, and doesn't even find Hurry. 8-1, ending with a perfect round. What a dominance shown here by CELEBe Last Legends. Incredible.
Not just for CELEBe Last Legends. Imperial watching from the from the practice room right now because they're grabbing so many rounds in a row.
Yeah.
This is building pressure for that second place spot.
Yeah, it just means that Imperial basically is going to need to beat Baisha Gaming, or at least take a lot of rounds. Actually, no, I think they would have to beat Baisha Gaming because they need to win.
Yeah, they have to win then.
They need to win because they would need at least 2 wins if CELEBe wins, so.
Yep.
It's rough. It's rough for Imperial, it's rough for TeamMyth, but the one team that's really enjoying their time right now is absolutely CELEBe Gaming. Wasn't sure what to expect after they got clobbered by Baisha Gaming, and I was like, I don't know about this team, but they have really shown up, and they're looking like the true second best team in the group right now.
Say by a large margin as well. TeamMyth able to at least trade evenly though. And now we see Penguin pushing forward, wanting to actually commit too much. And we do still have on the side of CELEBe Lucas alive, and that has been the big player. Him and Rambo really have been the instigator of so many of these big plays in TeamMyth. I know they like to play it slow, but when your back is against the wall, you're down 8-1. I don't feel like you can do that with as much comfort, as much confidence than maybe if you had started on Blacklist, maybe if you were the one who was able to pick up a couple of those early rounds, put the pressure on the enemy. But now CELEBe Last Legends have just truly run away with this game. So little margin and so little room for error here for TeamMyth.
Rambo did not get his first shot into those opponents coming in A.
Hurry with a big kill. He's going to run away. There's a couple of low health members, Rambo and Hurry, on the side of CELEBe, but they're up 3-2 in terms of players. Let's see how TeamMyth wants to handle this. They're going to delay putting this bomb down for just a moment. Penguin seeing if he can get any pickoffs first. Now the bomb will come down, and oh, that's a snipe through the smoke as Rambo's going to take him out. Penguin, though, trying to get one. He's out of bullets, and that's going to do it as CELEBe will take the 9th round. And they might have the most one-sided map out of any team if they win the next one.
Most one-sided was 10-2, and still no tactical pause at all.
Saving it for the second map, I guess.
Good strat.
Yeah.
Big strats.
Yeah, because honestly, as you pointed out, this feels so much more one-sided than thus far. This time though, like that second round might be coming as Booker, Norris come up big. It's just Shady with half a health bar, and already point A being taken. And there we go with the nade, stylish flourish. They will not be taken down in most dominant fashion. Does it, increase the chance of winning marginally? But at the very least, it's not a 10-1.
Well,
it's something.
It's better than a 10-1. They have doubled the amount of wins in rounds. But yeah, TeamMyth, they're really going to have to turn this around if they want to have any chance. And they're going to need to hope that Imperial get absolutely clobbered. So a lot of things have to go right for TeamMyth at this point if they want to have any chance of making it into the semifinals tomorrow.
Yeah, at this moment, I think TeamMyth should be checking for a few more sniper positions, especially where Rambo is. And oftentimes he's off to the GR base or the side of A, not on A top often. So after checking the position, flashing into the opposite side would be the best attack that they can attempt right now. Smoking up towards the bridge. Considering a sideway with a long attack, Rambo's right next to the staircase.
Still a lot of people there. Hello.
Hello. I love that.
Making their way up.
Yeah, this is going to be a full A push from the side of TeamMyth. All 5 members over here. Rambo in position, but sometimes you can get overwhelmed. He misses the shot. That's not going to help him out either. Does get the second one. He's got Shady to help him and make that 2. Looks like this is going to be 10-2 as down goes Rambo, picks up the last kill. And boy, what a map did he have overall. Unbelievable play on the sniper. Him and Lucas really carrying it, but everybody on this team just making quick work of TeamMyth. Compound for the second map. So here we go. TeamMyth going to start things off on the blacklist. We'll see how it works this time.
Oh boy.
Last one up on the nest. How long did that take? 4 seconds of free fire?
Yeah, it was about.
Wow.
That was about 25 seconds for the round. That's not a lot.
What a shutdown! And TeamMyth, they were looking to go in straight into center early on.
CELEBe just they're reading them. They're in their heads. You wanna go for an early push for mid, try and retake control of momentum, try and regain control of the series. That's fine. We have a 4-man firing squad set up and ready. They walk into the meat grinder. Alucard not able to hit that one. That could have bought them some space, created a little bit more leeway. Instead, what will be the case?
It was also Rambo. If he was able to get him down, CELEBe would have lost at least more than 30% of their power. And this time Rambo's on the AK, Shady on AWM, covering the A angle from inside desk.
See, they get this push off with the smokes, but they're not committing to it. They're looking to go through the smoke into A, and actually it might work out for them as Rambo not able to get the shot. Shady here is going to get overwhelmed. 3-on-2 now as Lucas comes around the corner, only gets one. And that little bit of a delay actually threw them off. And TeamMyth on their aggression onto the A site.
Yeah, the Shady's position on A desk. There are a few snipers who does like to duck and dip and get few kill points like that, but usually you would go onto A long. Try to look at anyone passing by into the from the central plaza to B. So weird, some questionable positioning choices by CELEBe. Now they're back on normal. Rambo on AWM and Shady also. This time covering A long with the rifle on the side with Hater.
Fire in the hole!
Do see now. Again, TeamMyth, this is what they excel at, right? This is what they do best, playing it a lot slower. And then once the opportunity is there, they are not afraid to strike true, but not a team that I think should try to go for these rushes again. Quite working out. Hater still in fourth position. There is Shady. Able to pick up big one. That's two!
That was a nice shot.
Ooh, I think you abandon at this point, TeamMyth. Maybe try another avenue of attack, because this one clearly not working out.
And also Rambo spotted. Might actually think that's still Shady because they do have two snipers there.
Alright, well, what are you going to do now? 3v5. You got a bit of damage, but pretty much every angle is covered at this point. You've used a decent amount of utility, but they have some they could try to use to break into this B side. But you take a look at this, there are two members already waiting for them. As Horus trying to get some shots through, and he will actually get the headshot here.
But stage 2. Huri's waiting right next to him. Going down to the servers. This is a position where you wait for the jump down. And when you jump, you somewhat lose control of your aim.
Oh, Rambo. Not quite found. Alucard will be able to pick up the counter kill. His face just a little bit too high. Now all of a sudden, TeamMyth completely declawed, make his way over. Oh, Alucard, that's a big one. Might be able to get in with the planter at the very least.
Ooh, in the middle. He wants to stay at A side, but Shady comes fast enough. Doesn't even have to snipe him, just pistols him out.
Yeah. You take a look, he's got 6 kills now in 3 rounds, so 2 per round. Shady able to rack up, I think, 4 on that one, if not all of them. So he really did a lot of work, including the sniping at the beginning at A long. And it was really just the gun of Shady. A lot of the other members went down to TeamMyth, but Shady was there every time.
We did not have too many shining moments of Shady, but whenever he was on AWM within the regionals, he had a whole lot of kills. His flick shots were really great. It wasn't just Rambo. They actually actively changed guns in between also. So a big multiplayer between rifle and sniper.
Nicely done there. As one throws the nade, pushes him out, the other at the ready to pick up the kill. Horus there, the one securing that. And now at least do have a man advantage. Still though, TeamMyth looking towards putting a little bit of pressure through Central Passage, perhaps going into another A push. But I gotta imagine after last round, gotta be a little bit scared going into that with how well you were dismantled there by Shady.
Yeah, no one actually going for A long. The entire team push towards the Central Plaza with smoke up A. And B door seems like it is open because Lucas was down from the double pillars.
Rambo's holding this angle. That's not a very comfortable feeling for TeamMyth, and you can see they're like, maybe not that way. And they will consider going into A. Fury is here. They're trying to get the shots down. There's one through the wall. Booker, though, able to land that key headshot. Penguin trying to get something done here with the pistol. He's on 3 health. He can't quite get onto Shady, as there it is. Alucard's going to be able to shoot one down with the AWM, and it's all up to Shady again.
1 versus 2, Alucard. Not quite looking at it, doesn't hit the shot. That's one. Ping window with a minimum amount of health. I think he ended up with 3 at the very end. Still able to clutch this one out, and TeamMyth already putting up a much stronger fight than he did in the last map with CELEBe Last Legends. Maybe underestimating this new and reinvigorated TeamMyth.
Yeah, Alucard on this map has been having those super important kills whenever the team's in trouble. And showing signs finally that the sniper duel is on and he can lend those shots. And Rambo coming in as a backup, I think he's feeling slightly too confident about his position, that he might actually have to take safer sniper path to keep himself alive.
Oh man, looks like he was gonna get that kill, but just barely not. Alucard will stay alive and win the sniper duel. And now you're running on not as much information as CELEBe. You know, are they grouping up to push into B right now? Are they rotating? We don't really know. So they kind of have to sit on their hind legs and wait and see what TeamMyth want to do.
Yeah, we joked around saying Rambo doing Rambo things, but when he goes down, without giving too much information, and outside of the site, then the rest of the team just find themselves, okay, we are down a man. Where do we actually want to defend now? So it surely is a risky play. Rambo has been doing great in the first map, but whenever he goes down like this in compound, gives so much more chance for TeamMyth to just move around the map since Rambo is gone and there's no sniper anymore.
Oh, look at CELEBe. It's actually paying off. That patience, holding on to this server room, keeping 2 people there, might be just what saves them in the end, as only one not there is Hader. He can rotate over relatively quickly. Gonna try and keep this on. Time ticking down, final 30 seconds, and you know TeamMyth, they're gonna make the push. He's coming, but immediately Lucas finds a kill. He picks up another, and the health bars are very low, but it's gonna be up to Hader. Has to do it by himself. Alucard, very low as well, and look at Lucas. Important round there for CELEBe, as they want to try and get away as much as they can from TeamMyth.
Hader able to clutch it there towards the end, and like you were saying, I mean, they were all kind of waiting there at B. I think the other member that was over at A got a lot of information. These grenades kill 2 as Huri and the rest of his team. I mean, they threw like 4 grenades, right? And TeamMyth just ran straight into it. Huri picks up the last couple as Rambo's even going to get a snipe, and this one might be done and dusted for this round.
Yeah. Horus and Alucard, they give it their all, but this one was over from the get-go. When that double came in, not a lot to be done here.
Who brought a rocket launcher into the game?
That's not
Grenade
fair.
launcher. Oh man.
Always something you have to be careful, even from the BL side on compound. And now TeamMyth taking the safer approach towards that pipes. And also sending one, Horus, down to the double pillar entrance from the BL side. And no one actually in that central plaza. No more grenade damage.
Rambo's going to spot this. They know where Rambo is as well.
Rambo's somewhat trapped, so he needs to get out with some flash and smokes. Luckily enough, no damage. Also forces out, well, they also used a lot in trade, so, but at least he is still alive. Made it back to A site.
It's definitely the most important thing. TeamMyth are going to rotate out of there, which means that CELEBe can kind of shift over as well. They still have 3 guys over by A, you'll notice. 1 in the window, 1 holding mid, and 1 on that desk. As TeamMyth have moved into the pillars, it does look like Shady is holding this down for now, giving the information over to his team.
My issue that when TeamMyth worked well, yes, it was the slower controlled style, but I do feel like they were a little bit more decisive in when they actually went for the push, and now relatively often we see them go for one of these plays, but it just doesn't work out, and normally you can just back off, leave it be, but they're running out the clock without really getting anything done, as they make their way onto A side, and again, walking into the waiting, welcoming arms of Team CELEBe, Last Legends, and it's just a slaughter again.
This attack was no good, as Chronicler said. They walked into the blind site with no other flash because they ended up using so much from A long. They smoked up A entrance and flashing B side. I thought it was a much better attack to just go into the B side door. And CELEBe was 100% ready for that attack with less than 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
I think this is a good moment for a tactical pause.
Well, we're not sure if TeamMyth necessarily likes tactical pauses after the first map. Some teams prefer not to use them. Don't think that it helps them, I suppose. So it seems like TeamMyth is one of those teams. Let's see what they get done here. This is the first nice kill onto Shady, I believe, as they are making their way onto the B site.
The TeamMyth, they still have lots of chances. Their riflers, especially Booker and JY on the second map, has been somewhat quiet, and has been Alucard grabbing a lot of those entry kills, especially towards B site, getting the server and also the side. But not relying on the sniper, I think they have to show their power and break through first, giving the snipers better position. But because of the round score, they're feeling the pressure. Can't really move out fast enough.
Last time, they ended up opting into A. Well, multiple people waiting for them there. This time, it is just Rambo with a sniper. But unfortunately for TeamMyth, yes, you have a man advantage, but you're walking into a death trap. Going in again, and look, it's just to the lead of last time. Everyone getting taken down. You still have Alucard and J1 this time going a little bit smoother. Have actually taken control of server room. Health bars low, but Rambo just with a sniper. Tao ask to try and retake this.
Made eye contact with Rambo. Just going to buy some time from the side as they know that he is on at the AWM. And we've said multiple times with a sniper.
Uh-oh.
Might just jump down with a pistol.
Yeah, they know where he is, so it's kind of awkward as a sniper. Not going to hit the flick. And Rambo will go down, so it looked dangerous, but they were able to force their way in through mid to B. And sometimes that's the way it works. You know, it might not necessarily be a clean win, but if you hit your shots first and you're up a man, you can sometimes force some entries. You can see here that CELEBe, they're once again going for this push through the double pillars, as Lucas is even considering going all the way out into the back.
Horus! Bringing 2 down for the team.
Very, very big. Even with 2 people trying to make a big sweep around that corner, not enough. Horus finds the 1v2, and he, as you pointed out earlier, Jigalov has been the shining light, I think, for TeamMyth, the one who's able to pick up the most kills, the one who's able to get as much done. And it is something they desperately need. Going 4 versus 5 here in terms of round score before they swap over to Global Risk wouldn't be the end of the world. Yes, your last Global Risk round wasn't the greatest, but if you are in a comfortable position, it'd be a lot more doable. Gotta be a little bit more careful though about giving up kills like this. Don't want this to get drawn into an even situation. If CELEBe takes this one, it'll be so much harder once you do get that side switch.
Yeah, that gun swap as Hater was a risky play alone. Poking out into Central Plaza, but somewhat matched the number 1 more down from TeamMyth from having that perfect 5. But A side totally open. Shady from A, ready to fire with an AK this time. Hey, Rambo right next to him. Hater all the way out, so they had a pretty good idea.
Oh, and they just lined it up. Just directly into the crosshairs. And Alucard, you know, there's only 30 seconds. He's got to go in there.
Rambo's here.
Whoa! What? What an insane shot. I didn't even see that guy. That's the power of Alucard. Interesting. The game going to get him out of position, but it does not matter. Rambo's still going to be able to snipe him down. As Alucard, he's playing well, but doesn't seem to matter. Still a 6-3 lead here for CELEBe at the half.
Honestly, that final shot was Alucard. I really wish TeamMyth would get a better grip on this game because you kind of want to see more of these guys. But the sad fact of the matter is that even with those shots, I feel like the planning just isn't there, right? This is the, what, third, fourth time they've walked into one or two people that just set up a crossfire, blow up, 3-4, give away the man advantage that they've secured for themselves. And if you keep doing that, you're going to get away with it.
Yeah, we understand that this is the style of TeamMyth, using a lot of time before they approach into any sites. But CELEBe is also a better prep team as the time goes on every single round. So that was harder to read, and there was a huge rotation around the back. Shady and Rambo, they were 200% ready for that attack. They have to find a good grip on their defense, make few things work. At least buy some time against CELEBe's crazy rushes, because those rushes oftentimes was not stopped by the smoke or flashes.
That was only one guy who's hurried by himself over there on A long. You can see that CELEBe did not commit to the attack either, so just gonna wait this one out and then back away.
I think it's because if CELEBe had some more info, how many were actually down at B server or nearby, then they would have went in at the same time. But without any information, I think it was the right call to back off. They still have lots of time.
We see, like Hori was doing earlier on A side, Rambo just staying behind on his own. Didn't hit the shot, unfortunately. Still applied a little bit of pressure and has bought advantage, at least in terms of initial momentum. Only 2 people here at the ready for TeamMyth. Haven't rotated J-Lo over just yet. Might not be looking to do so with Rambo holding down center passage.
Really nice shot from Penguin. He is going to go down, but the entry is still coming in here. Lucas over the top. Alucard just totally getting surrounded here. Horace going to go for the peak. Rambo not able to land the shot. As now 3-on-3. Getting aggressive is Rambo. The spray does not connect. And there it is. Lucas able to shoot him in the back, actually, as this fight was going on.
Had the cover from the other angle. Now even Rambo on the rifle, trying to side from the side. Booker's ready on top.
Still not enough though. 7-3. Final members of TeamMyth fall yet again, and I'm starting to get worried about a repeat of the last time that CELEBe Last Legends swapped over to that blacklist side. Just incredible how dominant they've been looking. And as TeamMyth, I don't know what you're going to do here, right? Tactical pass seeming not an option, and pointed out Velas might not be the right thing for everyone, but then what do you do? 'Cause this might be the final couple of rounds that you're playing at CFS 2021.
Very right about that as TeamMyth. I think they're trying to scramble something in their head, but their position is not really moving around too much. Even if you're losing this hard, it's okay to let someone move like Rambo to gain some more map awareness, to delete some sections of the map where you can't move into, to find information where the attack is coming from, because CELEBe, they have so many strategies and tactics moving out around the map. I think it's necessary for the other team to slightly push the door every single time, push that wall for TeamMyth, and to get some more information, because they have all this time, but they're just not moving around as much as the other teams. So it is instead CELEBe getting a whole lot of information, checking angles. They have so much time and freedom of space. Booker again in same position, found out.
Here comes the real push. Shady even able to get the snipe on the Horus. This is going to be another gigantic push that comes in. Not able to land that shot, but Hater is holding it down on this angle anyway, and nobody is able to make their way onto the B site.
Nobody makes their way into the B side. To add to that, no one actually died for CELEBe's second round, where they're just not giving up any individual members. Oh no, I've seen this one happen before, but this time it's Alucard that starts it off well, finds the initial shot. Very well done there on Shady. I was afraid that the nades were going to drop on top of TeamMyth's head again, but the real reason why I'm worried is we see TeamMyth get nice early kills before, but then they're not able to actually turn it into anything. And when you're down 8-3, I don't think that's something you can get away with.
Usually you don't go and jump that easily. Because how this map is designed, it is super easy for the GR side to attack and get the early sniper like a Lucard right there in that position.
Yeah.
But because TeamMyth had never really had that center pressure until this moment, I think Shady just felt safe to do that overnade. It was caught, of course. We'll put TeamMyth in a better position. Now, I do like this pressure. Do love the pressure from A long. They can hide their members and also keep a Lucard in a safe position. Also cover from A long when he's in trouble. As long as he stays in there. Made it out.
Oh, man. Alucard got 3 kills so far in this round, just by himself. He's able to line it all up, but look at this! I mean, immediately, CELEBe, Last Legends, they strike back. Lucas gets a couple, and Hater gets another. And now it's immediately 2v2. Interesting position as well. As you can see that Lucas is going to check all the corners before he goes for the plant, so they get a decent amount of information about where TeamMyth could be.
And Lucas in the nest. So has that central plaza position. Booker's going to find another headshot here. So only up to Lucas. Didn't really see the plant. It seems like it is not. It doesn't look like a direct A long plant. So TeamMyth would be checking a lot.
He's moving forward, needs to get the shots. Doesn't quite fight Booker. Stalling a little bit might have been enough, but you can't really risk that against 2 people. And TeamMyth keeping those match points away at least for a little bit longer from CELEBe Last Legends. And it's a really big shift after the last round where they basically got swept, never able to really get anything done, 8-2. But it's still not great, and it's still position that's very hard to come back from.
Absolutely. Let's see how CELEBe decides to switch it up. I think that they got picked off one too many times by Alucard. They were almost able to pull it back even from a huge deficit, so still liking their chances here. They played a little bit less aggressive. You can see they're kind of hanging around the pipe, slowly making their way in, checking more of the corners so that they don't get picked off. And then they will make their initial move.
As we have Rambo up here in the nest. And with the flash, I think they're trying to give false information that they are pressuring into the center. But in fact, it is no one and everyone else going towards that A long with 2 men covered by TeamMyth.
Pop out at the right time, but it still doesn't matter because it's headshot from Shady and Lucas with the wall shot. Able to break their way essentially through there. It's not a full committal. They're not actually going down A long. It does look like TeamMyth, they're kind of biding their time, waiting for the wraparound to come in here.
Booker.
Yeah, they,
Doesn't get it done. And now his position is known. Alucard walks too far forward in the attempt to sandwich. Boris gets taken down as well. And match points might be on the cards here for CELEBe Last Legends.
Rambo just jumps down from the nest and says, okay, if you're going to kill my teammates, I'll just pistol you off.
And that's going to do it for that round, 9-4 now. It's not quite the 10-2 that we did have on the first map, but it is still all CELEBe Last Legends all the time, basically. A couple of highlight moments going the way of TeamMyth, but this is looking like, again, an obvious result going the way of CELEBe Last Legends. Let's see if TeamMyth can win 5 in a row, or will we have what seems to be destined to play out here?
Against CELEBe, I think some time in the middle. Be cautious just in case. TeamMyth, they had some rounds in compound in the previous matches where they actually came out from A long and into the center. And as you can see from this match, they have really lost that their attacking abilities, even from the GR side.
And then what remains when you are faced with possibly your final round of the tournament would be the end if they lose this one for TeamMyth here at CFS 2021. It's the final day of groups, and unfortunately with their score, not going to be able to make it out at this point in time.
They do have JWoww and Horus down into that main spot on the left, but it is a B attack.
The attack is coming in swiftly. They don't have the bomb with them, so kind of just checking ahead, throwing in some utility, and this is going to allow TeamMyth to get position here on the B side if they actually decide to get in, but it doesn't seem to matter as Shady is going to hit the headshot.
JWoww just walks into the smoke. And Shady, when he finds that ID tagged, gets an immediate headshot. Nice headline to go through.
Oh, that was a hide and seek. Hurry eventually won. Possibility for a rotation. There was control and there is domination as CELEBe Last Legends ostensibly punches themselves a ticket towards that semis unless Imperial can upset Bishak Gaming. But that's going to be a very, very tough task. And CELEBe Last Legends, I gotta say, after their first match, I think all our expectations were pretty low. It seems like they're scaling comfortably into this tournament.
Now this makes a very interesting situation for our final match of Imperial versus Bishak, because